What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to another edition of If They Only Knew. Today is a special edition. First feature. Got my sister in there for one of the highest viewed videos, which is boom, 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 the robbery. Alright, so for this one, we're just going to take it from her point of view, my sister's point of view. You guys already heard my point of view. Like I said, it's one of the highest viewed videos. Everybody's loving it. Got a bunch of feedback. Don't forget, like, subscribe. If I had the skills to do it, it would be on the bottom of the screen. I don't know how to do any of that, so like and subscribe. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to let you pick it up from when we got to the spot. Everybody knows, we was lost for a long time. And tell me the feeling when we finally got to the spot.
Actually, let's bring it all the way back.
Okay, all right.
Because I got to tell you why me and Dude have beef first. Because
okay,
nobody knew.
Rewind, for those who don't know, or just tuning in. Go back and watch the video so you have a better understanding. So we're going to take it to the day before the robbery. Okay.
Okay, so as he told you, we was all out there and we was, getting rid of these movies or whatever. So, my brother's boy Mike introduced us to whatever this dude's name was or whatever. So, we all was like, oh, what's up, whatever. He was wilding out, just, scaring people and shit like that. But what nobody knew was, dude was trying to kick it to me, and my husband at that time was like a couple of feet away, and I found that like mad disrespectful. I didn't tell my husband at that time because he would have King Konged his ass. So I just did it, and I just was like, I handle my own shit, and I was just like, yo, I do, like get the fuck away from me type shit. Anyway.
So you think he was salty on top of that?
Yeah.
On top of the fact that you didn't give him play on time of day, and you didn't give him 5 on the way out. And he was scaring people when we called him out on it.
Right. And I'm going to tell you, when I get to the ending of the robbery, you're going to know that right there, that statement is accurate. Okay?
Okay.
So, anyway, as my brother said, we did the shop, we flipped the script, so then we started selling movies, okay? So then that particular day, I had like my money. It was around Christmas time because I had money and I was going to flip and buy my son like mad movies, and then also buy other movies, flip that and do Christmas shopping with that too, hustler. Mm-hmm. And so me and my brother, actually, I think we've been to that spot before, because I remember when we was lost, you said, man, we've been here a couple of times. How do we keep getting lost?
We've been in the area. We was in the area because it was, I wish I could remember it wasn't the Greenbrier one. We used to go to the Greenbrier one on a regular basis, but this one was a new location that they just came up with. They had a store, I think, in the plaza down the block. So, okay, so pick up from where we actually was lost, and we found the place, and this dog's trying to make a feature. Come here. You want to make a special feature? That's what it is. These dogs, they stay photobombing. All right.
Okay.
So the dog tried to photobomb us. So we had to take a little pause. We back now. We don't. Hold on. I just want to let y'all know we don't edit. We don't try to make ourselves look all gravy and. This is raw footage. This is how it would be if we were standing in front of the building telling our stories. All right. So anyway, we're gonna pick it back up. Tell us again. This is our first time being there. We've been in the area. We've been to a couple of different locations. All of them is pretty much the same. Secret, behind the wall shit. Nobody knows this shit even exists. Okay, so we finally pulled up to the spot.
After being lost for like, I would say like an hour and a half. Like we kept going, man, forget it. But it's just because we knew where to go. But we kept getting lost. Which, looking back, my brother's saying that it was God trying to tell us to not go there. But my perspective is we were supposed to get there at that exact time so that we can go through everything that happened. But that's my perspective.
Not to, but,
right, I prefer not to.
Okay.
But, so I'm a little out of breath because I ran all the way upstairs. Anyway, so we finally get there. you know, we say what's up to our the African dudes that we knew. You know, it was all mad cool with each other. So this is the story what happened from my view. Okay, so I'm getting these movies, and at that time I think it was some Tim Allen Santa Claus movie that my son really wanted because I asked him for a list. So I'm
This was a minute
focusing.
ago.
Right, because it was VHS. And I'm focusing on getting this, you know, all his movies. So I'm like, yeah, you know, whatever. All of a
Side
sudden,
note, as soon as we got in there, this is what you do. You get in there, you grab your shit, and you get the hell out, So she went straight to work with it. All right.
yeah. So I'm grabbing these movies, right? And all of a sudden, like, I'm so focused. I don't know what the hell's going on in front of me or whatever. I knew there was other people there, but that wasn't my concern because, you know, I'm on my business. You know, I'm about getting what I need to get, and that's it. So I'm getting these movies and stuff like that. And I see from the corner of my eye that my brother's giving somebody, like, a dap. So I looked. As soon as I looked, I noticed it was due from the other day. My heart dropped. I don't know why it did. I don't know what it was, but my heart just dropped. So I was like, you know, whatever. I'm just going to keep getting these movies. As soon as I went to go pick up another movie, the lights went out. And all I heard was, everybody get on the fucking floor. So it was like slow motion, like the movies. I dropped the movies, and I was just like, and I couldn't breathe.
Shit.
And I was just like, oh shit. So, you know, I get on the floor or whatever. And all I remember is dude kept saying, yo, watch them fucking Puerto Ricans. Watch them fucking Puerto Ricans. He was like, and watch that fucking bitch right there. I'm the only bitch in the room. So obviously he was talking about me. So anyway, the only female. But anyway, so I'm like, oh shit, because I'm thinking back like, yo, this dude the other day, yo, he's going to kill me. That's it, you know. He's about that life, whatever. So anyway, so I remember he kept telling the two girls, yo, watch them. One had like a little 380 gun, and then the other one had a little, probably a 22 or maybe a 45 or something like that. It was just,
22 to 45. The
no,
first chick had a 380. I remember
Okay,
that.
I remember
think that was
that
the Disnunk.
Uh-huh.
She had the 380 with the gloves, and then the little wannabe Spanish chick or whatever.
No, she was a white girl.
Whatever the hell. I think she had maybe like a 38 or something small as well. It wasn't too big, but he had the big boy.
Yeah, he had a shotgun, a sort of shotgun. I remember that, right? So anyway, so I remember the girls kept going, yo, it's not personal, and I'm thinking like
bitch, it's
personal. Bitch, what you mean this ain't personal? You got a gun pointed at my head, but this ain't personal. So I'm just like, okay, whatever, right? So he was like, yo, take that fucking bitch's money. Like, I don't even remember the part where he robbed him. I know he was just so adamant, like, to get revenge on my ass. He was like, take that bitch's money. And I'm thinking, like, damn, man, that's my son's shit. You know
the
what
crazy thing is, they took, like, $10 from me or some shit, like
$20
from me.
I remember
I
I had
that shit.
$100.
I was like, yo, you can have that shit, yo. I was like,
I had 100. Yo, I was mad because it was Christmas time. That's my son's money. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yo, yeah, man. And so that, you know, they just say, it's not personal. I remember being so scared that I was hyperventilating. My brother downplayed his side of the story, but if it wasn't for my brother, I don't know how I would have reacted, because I was literally hyperventilating. My brother, I remember his words like it was yesterday. He gets on top of me and he was like, out of sight, out of mind. And he was like, don't look. So I'm faced the other way. So I'm facing like the wall or whatever. My brother's on top of me. And all I kept thinking was like, yo, this dude got a shotgun. I was like,
did you feel my heart hitting you in the back of the fucking head? Like, bah, 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 bah. So I felt like that shit was a million miles a minute. Like, it was just hitting you, you know? Like,
yo, to be honest, yo, I can't even remember your heart. All I remember is me hyperventilating and I could not breathe. And I just remember you on top of me, and you know, you was just like, just don't look, don't give him a reason. And
and that reminds me when you said how they were saying it wasn't personal and shit, yeah. And I just remember it's like, it's alright, like telling me, yeah, it's alright, It's all right. I ain't worried about it. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good. Try to make them, feel a little at ease about this shit, so to keep them from being antsy or doing anything stupid.
Yeah. But so then the next thing I remember is I think when my brother was saying, I was like, damn, I remember it, cause like when I watched the video of my brother telling it, I relived that whole thing. I mean, I was shaking while I was actually watching the video. My leg kept shaking, and I was just like, damn, I remember everything like it was yesterday. But so after that, they robbed dudes. They had that U-Haul in the back or whatever. And I'm thinking like, yo, nobody is gonna know we are back here. And I was thinking, and while I was thinking, I was like, dude has a shotgun. I was like, yo, if he shoots me in the back, I'm dead. If he shoots me in the legs, I'm crippled. Those were the thoughts that was going through my head at that very moment. Like, yo, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. That's it. Especially how he was just like, yo, watch that fucking bitch right there. Like, he hated my guts, right? So.
And on top of the fact that he was like, which one of these motherfuckers I'm gonna kill to let them know I mean business, like he was.
I had forgot about that until you mentioned it, and I was just like, yo, like hearing your story, I was just like, damn, I remember all that shit now. And but for remembering for what I mean, after I was thinking all of that, and I remember, I know that they were leaving. He was going around, and he so happened to get by me as he was leaving. And for some odd reason, I told him, I said, thank you for not killing me. And the last thing he did before he left, he grabbed my face and he was like this, and he left. I will never forget that. Because I swear to God, after this happened, I was traumatized. I had like, nightmares, all kinds of shit. And I was like, oh my God, it could have went so different, because before we left the spot, at that time, my husband kept saying, let me go, let me go, let me go. And we got into an argument, because I was like, nah, nigga, stay here. Like, relax. Me and my brother got this. And my son wanted to go. So imagine if they would have went, I think everything would have played out different. Yeah. But
I kind of try to relive it a little bit, thinking like, after this happened, we ran out, we armed ourselves, we got, we did what we needed to do. But I'm thinking like, what if we did have our guns there that day? What if I was strapped? How would this have turned out? Would it have played out a whole different scenario? Would people have died? I mean, it could have went so many different ways. I mean, we could have died for not having our gun. We could have died for having the gun. So I guess when you say that it played out the way it was supposed to play out, I guess ultimately it did, because we both here. I know I was a little fucked up behind it. That's why I ran up and got my gun and shit.
After that, it was crazy. We all got strapped. And I was still so traumatized, because we all went to the gun shop. My brother got his gun. It was a 9, right?
Nah, I had the 4.5.
Oh, you had a 4.5. I ended up getting a 4.4. It was a Taurus, I remember. But, the first gun I had was, I think it was a 45, but it jammed. So
4.5 is no for jamming. I hate them.
Yeah, I had bought a 4.5, but it jammed. So I was like, nah, don't. They were like, we can fix that. I said, nah, give me a new gun. Like, I was just like, hell nah, I'm gonna kill somebody. Give me a new gun. I don't need that shit to jam. So I ended up getting a 44 Taurus or whatever. But after that, so we all got strapped. Me, my brother, my sister, my husband at that time. My husband at that time got strapped with a Glock. And my sister's boyfriend at that time, he got strapped.
AR, big boys, some crazy chopper shit.
Yeah, but and I remember going to the gun range, and I would not shoot the gun. I was at my little slot or whatever, and I just had the gun pointed, and it took everything I had just to let off one bullet. After that, I was rolling on the floor like, yo, what's up? Who getting shot today? But that's how traumatized I was. And, I'm a tough girl, and I'm not scared of much, but I can honestly say if it wasn't for my brother, he played it all down, but he was a damn hero. Like, I looked at him so different ever since that day, because I felt like, just thinking back on it, like, it was supposed to happen with me and my brother. Because that it made us stronger. That we went through something like that together, and I look at my brother as a hero, you know, for that day.
Nah.
Yo, if it wasn't for you.
Nah. So let me ask you this: how do you feel about leaving New York, moving to Atlanta to try to get away from the violence, and then get robbed like this in Atlanta from somebody from New York?
Right, yo, I ain't never got robbed in New York. They knew.
We escaped this shit. I mean, you know, we went through our little things and shit, yo. I'm not gonna say that. You know, we lived kind of a separate life. She did her thing. Everybody in our house kind of did our own thing. I went through similar situations, not to this extreme where I was tied up and could have, you know, really easily died. But the funny part is to come from New York, survive New York, and then get down here and get robbed by a motherfucker from New York.
What's the irony?
You can't trust them New York motherfuckers,
Right,
yo.
grimy motherfuckers, yo.
He had to be from Brooklyn or some shit like
Right,
that. He
right,
wasn't
right. Not from the Bronx, yo.
We don't
Because he
do
would
shit
have
like
known
that
who
in
I
the Bronx.
was if he was from the Bronx.
We don't do shit like that in the Bronx, you know.
Yeah, so day.
But anyway, yeah, I really appreciate you coming on, telling your side of the story. This was a crazy one. I'm glad. This is actually the highest viewed video. I think we just broke 100, or we on the cusp of breaking 100 on that video alone. So I need y'all to subscribe.
Like the video,
Like the video, subscribe. Be part of the team, man.
He has so much more crazy videos that's coming out.
I got Dwight coming on. We're going to do the part 2 also to the Virginia X, where it takes place from when we got to New York and the crazy shit that happened once we got to New York. I'm going to see if I can get him to chime in on the, yo, Joe, yo, Joe.
Yo,
I'm going to see if I can get him on that one. But we got a lot of good ones coming. Joe, stop playing, yo. Holla at me.
Macho.
I'm trying to do this crackhead one with you just because, you know, we both witnessed it, but you slacking, yo. You slacking. I'm about to cut you out of this shit, yo. I'll do it myself. But anyway, you know, we almost at 20 minutes, double our normal video, but it had to be told. I appreciate you coming out. Stay tuned for the next one.
Stay tuned.